Arch Enemy. I'm Jordan Bassett. We're at Reading Festival with the brilliant Denzel Curry.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Jordan?
Very good. Thank you for being with us.
Hell yeah.
So you're here fresh off your amazing new album, King of the Mischievous South, Volume 2.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's just over 10 years since Volume 1,
yeah,
which was kind of like a real big calling card for you. So why did you want to go back to that world now?
Well, honestly, I told every interviewer this, like pretty much when I was making the project, I wasn't even thinking about the name of being that. And then when it came down to the project being completed, my manager hit me and was just like, yo, everything's tight about this, but you just got to change the name. Because originally it was called Blood In, Blood Out,
right.
Reloaded, because I was making another Blood In, Blood Out after the mix I done a couple years back. And they was like, yeah, this doesn't feel like Blood In, Blood Out. This feels like one of your old tapes, like,
wow.
You know? And I was like, oh, you want to name this Volume 2 of King of the Mischievous South Volume 1? And he was like, yep, and then that's how it turned out.
It's so cool. It's like an action movie franchise or something. It's like the different franchises.
Oh, nah, I wouldn't say it's like franchises because I don't really like doing part 2s to anything, but
right, okay.
This one was an exception, and maybe in the future there'll be a part 2 to something else.
Well, I guess maybe it was organic. Maybe there's something going on that is making you want to go back to that world even if you weren't conscious of it.
I mean, I was trying to do this album like several different times, but you know, they all turned into something else. So that's why it wasn't able to get off the ground like years prior. So,
right.
But it got off the ground 12 years later, which is very symbolic because like it's 12 years and the first time it came out was 2012.
Well, yeah, I mean, so much has happened in that amount of time. But, you know, whatever the title was, you've got some amazing rappers on there. You've got TiaCorine on there. You've got 2 Chainz on there. So, obviously, there is a theme because these artists are representing the South. So, was that aspect of it something you were conscious of?
Yes, of course, because, like, when I did the first King of the Mischievous South, a lot of them did come from the South, like, you know, but majority of them either came from Miami, North Carolina, or, either Miami or North Carolina. That was from the first tape, or Virginia. And when it came down to this one, you know, you got people from Georgia, you got people from Texas, you got people from North Carolina, you got people from, Florida, you know? And the people that weren't from the South, it's either they had some that was directly, like, related to me in some way, you know? Or you even had people from Tennessee, from Memphis, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, it was like blending the old with the new, like, and having like A$AP Rocky and A$AP Ferg on there, which is like a callback to like, okay, back in 2012, we used to have beef with them when I was in Raider Clan.
Wow.
So now having them on a tape, it just brings everything full circle.
That's amazing. Was that quite healing to do that?
Huh?
Was that quite healing to kind of to close that circle?
I mean, it's supposed to, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. You know, I was talking to another musician who's from North Carolina recently, and I was asking about how the South had influenced his music. And his thing on it was like, well, you can't, he didn't want to put it all together. He was like, you know, you can't say that North Carolina is the same as Georgia, is the same as da-da-da. And he picked out Florida in particular. He was like, Florida's like, almost like it's a world into itself. Yeah. And I wondered if you agreed with that, and if, you know, your music could only really have come from that place.
Yeah, Florida is a world within itself because you got several different parts. And the part I'm from, it's like a melting pot. So you have people that's Caribbean, you know what I'm saying, or South American, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's different. It really is a melting pot because it's just like, all right, you got people that's Dominican, Bahamian, Haitian, Jamaican, Puerto Rican, Venezuelan. You just have too many varieties down there.
Yeah, I mean the records definitely reflects that eclecticism, you know. But so we're here at Reading, which you played before.
Yeah.
I wonder what your relationship with this festival is and how it feels to be back.
Well, the first time I played it was 2 years ago, and I remember they went off to walking, and I brought a kid on stage to do Ultimate, and like they really like Ricky. Like they showed out. Like they showed out in both cities, from Reading and Leeds.
Yeah.
And that year, I think Willow Smith played that year.
Wow, that's awesome. And you, on this leg, you were going to be supporting Korn at a show, and unfortunately you had to...
My voice went out.
Your voice went out. So I wondered, you know, was that a hard decision to come to?
Yeah, because they were trying to see if I could still do the show, and I was like, I can't do it. Like, if I can't... It was a choice. Try to do the show and mess up my voice up even worse, and I can't tour, or skip the show and rebuild my voice so I can tour and then come back here. You know?
I mean, you possibly could have got away with it. Like some of the people may have tried to get away with it, but was there a sense of sort of trying to not want to shortchange the fans?
It was more so like, man, my voice is messed up. I couldn't talk. Like I really couldn't talk.
Wow. And were Korn like? Was that a big deal for you to be playing with Korn? Because I know you liked your metal when you were younger. And,
yeah,
and,
I mean,
and still
of course
now,
it's a big
possibly.
deal. I grew up listening to their music and everything.
So how did it feel when the call came in? Like you were playing with Korn?
Oh yeah, I was down to do it. And then like when it happened, it was just couldn't talk.
And you did a big, amazing NME cover story a couple of years ago, and you were talking in that about how you have these ambitions to branch out into films and TV, and I wonder what's going on in that world with you.
I mean, yeah, I'm drawing this book right now and everything, and
Hell
getting it
Trials.
redrawn. Yeah, Hell Trials.
Okay,
yeah.
let's talk about Hell Trials. What's going on with Hell Trials?
Yeah, I can't tell you the story because you know what I'm saying. I would much rather the first book be completed then I put it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hell Trials is still in the works right now and stuff like that. I'm finishing up this last volume so I can put all the volumes together and make it a graphic novel.
Okay, so it's coming.
Yeah,
Well.
for sure. It might be next year.
Holy moly. Okay, well, watch this space. Denzel Curry, thank you so much.
Thank you.